All right, so yeah, I've been feeling really good these last couple weeks now, and definitely super happy to see my ankles, they're rolling out a lot less. Like, I'm really pleased with how I'm walking now. It's definitely looking a lot more fluid and a lot more normal. And yeah, my sleep schedule's been way better, a lot more consistent. I'm really pleased about that. Just got to keep working on fatigue. I get a little fatigued sometimes when I do a bit of exercise, but the walking is so much better, and we're gonna keep making progress.
All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back. This is update 3. We are now in week 7 of care with Jonathan, and he just did his little update. He's noticing less fatigue when he's walking. He says like 100 times better.
100 times better, yeah.
Are you glad you came in, man?
I'm pretty glad. Yeah.
I'm glad you came in too. You know, he's the first person I've interacted who has this, it was MCT, right?
CMT, yeah.
CMT.
Yeah.
I'm almost forgetting the name. Charcot Marie Tooth, right? He's a human being, and he also has this, and he's seeing a lot of benefit from it. And so what I'm excited about is now hopefully inspiring other people that have been experiencing CMT to see a chiropractor and to see what kind of results they get moving forward. So we're gonna go ahead and adjust them again, let you guys see where we're at today. Go ahead and go face down, brother. CMT. Not to be confused with the country music station, right? All right, here we go. So yeah, ankle mobility is so much better. He has, again, a little bit of a natural sway out of the ankle on the right side that's still there from a lot of ligament laxity, but the beautiful thing is it's not stuck there. So used to, it would be hanging in this position, and when I tried to bring it back, it was super resistant. Now it moves with ease, and so now it's gonna be more neuromuscular retraining, also continuing to work on breaking up the scar tissue that he has on the outside of the leg that I've talked about in previous videos. So again, just rechecking the system, seeing where we're at today. Every day is a new opportunity to make improvements. We are designed to be in continual evolution, and so excited for that and to connect with human beings on that path. Okay, so we're gonna adjust L2 prone. I don't believe we've done this adjustment with him today, but it's what's showing up in this moment. And so what I feel is a compression between the rib cage and the ilium, a slight QL, which is the quadratus lumborum contracture, and it's pulling the L2 down and locking it in on top of the L3. You can adjust this in the side posture. However, the way the system is presenting now, it's opening very nicely to just this inferior to superior traction along the right side. What could be an additional benefit is to get some length out of the right heel. As I traction the right heel down, it's gonna pull the lower vertebra away from the fixated joint and the vertebra above. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll have somebody hold or tension out the heel. We're gonna have to get creative at the moment because I do not have anybody else in the office that can help me right now. So traction with my foot, the heel, until I feel the fascia engage at the level of the L2, L3. So I'm holding here, connecting here, feeling here, tractioning, boom, right there. So now that I got the traction down of that vertebra, now I can counter traction up. Go ahead and take a breath in for me. Let it out. Perfect. Never done that adjustment with him. We've been doing 2 adjustments a day, 3 times a week for 7 weeks. So what is that? 6 a week, 7 weeks, 7 times 6, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. 42 adjustments. So it took 42 adjustments to make that adjustment. Here we go, take a breath in, let it out. So T5, T6, keep going, keep going, keep going. Let your head come back slightly in extension, right there. Perfect, on your back. Once you understand the principles of adjusting, it's up to the artist to get creative AF in application for the system and what it needs. Right? And so this is what we teach in Kairos training culture. We'll teach you some principles, and from those principles, then you can explore the artistry. So you saw that exploration with that L2 prone. We got C6 on C7. We're gonna go ahead and take it a little bit more just lateral to medial. So right here, you see the neck's at neutral. I'll compress in, head goes over slightly, right there. So we deliver a lot of our adjustments with the neck on what we call the central pipeline, so that we don't create a lot of dysfunction or dis-ease within the muscular tissue. And then here's gonna be C2 on C3. You're gonna see his head come back in slight extension because his occiput also still has a tendency to collapse on the right side on top of the atlas. So watch the gap. Occiput on atlas opens up. I keep that gap with that little bit of a finger pull here, there. So we're getting the reorganization at the level of C2, C3, while he's getting that postural learning cue of the lift of the occiput off the atlas. Whew, all right, doing good so far. Again, I'm loving the ankle mobility. Ankle mobility is looking really nice. So there's not a lot I can continue to do there. I'll check it every time to see if it's getting stuck. But again, what we're really gonna need to continue to work is unloading the tension that he has built up between the tibia and the outside bone, which is called the fibula. There's this membrane here. It's called the interosseous membrane, which has like fascial sheaths that can build up different adhesions. And again, since he's spraining the ankle so much, that will have then scar tissue. And so he has to start reorganizing, reworking that while strengthening the inside. And I believe on the last video, we showed kind of what I was gonna have him do, which is assisted squats. So using suspension training, going down slow into squat, making sure that he's rolling slightly to the midline, sending the hips back, and so he can start to strengthen the midline here. So that would be more of an at-home activity, at-home exercise. So checking the cuneiforms. The cuneiforms are still superior. We're gonna adjust them a little bit differently today. There's actually somebody commented today on one of the videos, have you ever seen, there's another chiropractor, Dr. Jason Worrall, who I know who now practices in the LA, I believe in LA County, who's actually used to practice in the Bay, but he'll often adjust the cuneiforms with the leg bent, right, foot laid down. And so we can also make an adjustment this way. A lot of times it's done for the metatarsal when somebody has a bunion. When you have a bunion, you'll get the internal rotation of the first metatarsal going in, creating this hump here. And so you can do an adjustment where you distract and then roll this to the outside to correct that. But you can also adjust cuneiforms in this position. And to do that, I can use my thumb, again, to traction open the joint. See what position I get my leg in here. Thumb the traction, cover up here, there, and I can drop that down. Oh, perfect. So that moved really nice. And what's cool about that is then you do get the support, right, of the foot on the ground. And so now he's getting the learning of the cuneiforms dropping in this position. And it's in this position when he's walking that he has a hard time of that arch opening up. So that's a nice modification to the adjustment instead of adjusting it this way. And so we can check this one the same way. How was that? Was that comfortable?
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was different, huh? Yeah. So thank you to who commented and reminded me of this style of adjusting. And shout out to Dr. Jason out there in LA County holding it down. So we're here. I can roll to the inside, distract. And so what I'm doing is I'm feeling the cuneiform, which is in front of the navicular. You got a row, right? So you got your first cuneiform, second cuneiform, third cuneiform, fourth cuneiform, and then on the outside you have a cuboid. And right underneath the tibia you have the talus. So talus, navicular, row of cuneiforms, and then the metatarsals. I'm feeling which one is the most stuck. For him, it's the second. I make a thumb contact. I cover it up, and then I want to get a slight distraction so I can open that joint. Oh, it's perfect. I'm opening the joint off of the navicular. Send it down. Both moved really well. Got a little more activity on the right side. Cool. Come on up, brother. And we're going to go ahead and watch you walk and squat again post adjustment. So we did get a pre-squat and pre-gait just from this adjustment, but go ahead and walk towards us. Looking good. Cool. And back the other way. Awesome. And then if you want to come back and then you'll face the wall this way, hands overhead and squat. Perfect. And then away. Good. Tell them how that adjustment was for you.
Yeah, that was pretty good. We did a lot of new ones, and yes, I like those ones, especially on like top of my feet there.
It felt different, huh?
Yeah.
So we'll probably, you know, based on how that went, I like it too, because what you're getting is the foot to splay on the table, more in a natural position where it would be contacting the ground. And really good to understand is every time we make an adjustment is a learning opportunity for the body and for the brain. So it's getting used to new positions. So we're used to hearing that there's 5 senses. There's a 6th sense called proprioception, right? That's how your body knows where it is at in space. Part of that proprioception comes from the joints. You can look it up. It's a term called mechanoreception. So every single joint in your body, including your spine, the highest density of mechanoreceptors is actually in the upper neck. Upper neck and actually feet has a high density of mechanoreceptors. And you gotta ask why, right? You have to know where your feet are at in space so that you don't trip, fall, whatever. Same thing with your upper neck. There's a lot of balance centers that are associated with the upper cervical complex. So every time we make an adjustment, it's an opportunity for the body to learn a more efficient and effective strategy for movement and being and expression. So we just learned some new strategies.
Yeah.
So there it is. We're 7 weeks in. The next video will complete our care and journey for this time, because he's going back to school. Where you at?
University of South Carolina.
Going back to University of South Carolina, so we'll miss him here, but we're finishing about 8.5, 9 weeks of care in the next video. And in that video, we'll update you on the entire process. You'll get to see a lot of before and after. And again, I hope this is inspiring out there for people that are, that do have Charcot Marie Tooth Disease, CMT, that hopefully you found some hope and some ways that you can get involved and receive care that's going to benefit you in the long term, especially in increasing function and performance. We love you. We appreciate you. Until next time, peace.